If he keeps you close, but never fully chooses you, this is for you. Because sometimes you are not confused. You are being delayed. And the hardest truth is this: some men keep a backup, not a partner. He only gives attention when he feels you pulling away. When you go quiet, he suddenly shows up like nothing happened. But when you are available, his energy drops again. That is not love. That is access control. He is not trying to build something, he is trying to keep the door open. And that leaves you stuck in emotional waiting mode. You start thinking, maybe he does care. Maybe he is just bad at showing it. But here's the truth. Real interest does not only appear during emergencies. It shows up consistently, even when there is nothing to lose. Imagine this. You stop texting for 2 days. Suddenly he sends, "Hey stranger, miss me?" Then once you reply, he disappears again. That is not pursuit. That is maintenance. He keeps things vague even after months of talking. No clear label, no real plan, no honest answer. He says, "Let's just see where this goes." That sounds calm, but it keeps all the power in his hands. Vagueness protects him and drains you. Because while you are hoping, he is avoiding commitment. Pay attention to this. People get blurry when they want options. A man who truly wants you does not fear clarity. He may move slow, but he still moves forward. He does not keep you in a fog. Maybe you ask, "What are we?" And he laughs, changes the subject, or says, "Why ruin the vibe?" That vibe is working for him, not for you. He gives you crumbs and acts like they are a full meal. One sweet message, one late-night call, one random compliment, then silence again. This is where it gets interesting. Crumbs can feel big when you are starving for clarity. That is why this pattern is so powerful. It keeps your hope alive without giving you anything solid. You replay the little moments and ignore the bigger pattern. Psychologically, inconsistency creates obsession. Your brain keeps chasing the next small reward. So you wait longer than you should. For example, he sends, "You looked amazing today." You smile, feel seen, and think things are changing. Then he vanishes for another week. He reaches out mostly when he is lonely, bored, or rejected by someone else. Notice the timing, because timing tells the truth words hide. He comes back late at night, on weekends, or after long silence, not to connect deeply, but to feel wanted again. You become his emotional charger, not his real choice. And that can make you feel needed for the wrong reason. But here's the truth. Being convenient is not the same as being valued. A backup person gets called when the main plan fails. That sounds harsh, but it happens every day. He ignores you all week. Then at 11:47 p.m. he says, "You up?" The next morning, he is cold again. That is not intimacy. That is emotional convenience. He talks about the future in soft, empty ways. He says things like, "One day we should travel together." Or, "You'd make such a good girlfriend." Sounds sweet, right? But nothing ever happens after that. No real date gets planned. No next step gets taken. Future talk can be used like emotional glue. It keeps you attached to a version of him that does not exist yet. Pay attention to this. Promises without movement are just mood setting. He is selling possibility, not offering commitment. And possibility can keep you loyal for far too long. Maybe he says, "We should definitely do something for your birthday." Your birthday comes, and he sends a dry, "Happy birthday." That gap between words and action tells you everything. He keeps you hidden from the real parts of his life. You do not know his people, his routine, or where you stand in his world. Everything stays private, separate, and easy to deny. Now, privacy is normal. Secrecy is different. Secrecy protects options. If no one knows about you, nothing is at risk for him. This is where it gets interesting. Hidden connections are easier to downgrade later. He can always say, "We were never serious." And that hurts because part of you already was. Maybe you have talked for 6 months, but you have never met his friends, never seen his daytime world. You only exist in private chats and late-night moments. That hidden space often means temporary space. He expects loyalty from you while giving freedom to himself. He gets jealous if you pull back, but avoids giving you security. He wants access to your heart without responsibility for it. That double standard is a huge warning sign. He does not want to lose you, but he also does not want to choose you. So he creates rules for you and excuses for himself. But here's the truth. Control is not commitment. Possessiveness can look intense, but it is not the same as love. Love protects your feelings. Control protects his options. For example, he gets upset when another man likes your photo. But when you ask where you stand, he says, "Don't pressure me." He wants girlfriend benefits with zero boyfriend accountability. That imbalance is not accidental. It serves him. You feel anxious more often than secure, and your body usually knows before your mind admits it. You overthink texts, delays, tone changes, and mixed signals. You keep trying to decode what should be simple. Healthy interest may be exciting, but it does not keep you emotionally dizzy. Backup energy feels unstable because it is unstable. Pay attention to this. Confusion is often the message. When someone wants you clearly, clarity follows. When they only want access, confusion follows. Maybe after every conversation you feel relief for a moment. Then the anxiety comes right back the next day. That emotional roller coaster is not romance. It is uncertainty dressed up as connection. So if several of these signs feel familiar, stop calling it complicated. It may be something much simpler and much more painful. He likes having you there, just not enough to truly choose you. And that matters, because your heart starts adapting to less. You start celebrating effort that should be basic. You start shrinking your standards just to keep the connection alive. But here's the truth. The right person will not need to keep you on standby. They will not make you beg for clarity, consistency, or peace. Real love feels chosen. Not borrowed, not delayed, chosen. So if this video hit home, trust what you are seeing. Not just the sweet moments, but the full pattern. And if you needed this reminder today, stay close for more videos like this. Because the more clearly you see the game, the faster you stop playing it.